Welcome to the Business Growth Spotlight, where we shine the light and talk with business leaders from all over the world. And we're talking with a business leader from a different part of the world than I'm in right now today, which I'm excited about, to shine their light and share their expertise to you and business owners from all over the world so we can all grow together. I'm your host, Heidi Schalk. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. We're excited and happy to have you here. And if you are new, or whether you've been listening to us for a while, make sure you stay to the end because we have a gift for you. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce my guest, Daniel Peña with DevSavant. I love the name of this company. I can't wait to learn more. Welcome, Daniel, to the show.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you for having me today.
I'm excited to chat. I want to learn more about your company. I've done a little research. So can you share with us a little bit about you, DevSavant, and your role within the company?
Yeah, so I'm a co-founder and CEO of DevSavant. I've been working here for the past 7 years, also 7 years in the tech industry. I am a lawyer. So I landed by accident in the tech industry. My last law client was my first tech client.
Wow.
So that's the reason why I landed here. I'm really happy. I think the tech industry is the future and the present.
So, and you're coming from Colombia. So we are literally talking to people from all over the world, which is exciting. Can you share with us a little bit about the name DevSavant? We talked a little bit behind the scenes. Can you share where the name comes from?
Yeah, of course. So dev is, of course, for development. So mainly we provide development work in two areas, staff augmentation and custom solutions. We can speak about it later. And savant is someone that is very wise and expert regarding something in particular. So it's like a beautiful word from the phonetics part. So that's the reason why we put this together. And yes, DevSavant. We're experts and we are wise in development.
So what inspired you to start DevSavant, especially pivoting from being a lawyer into this tech space now?
So I always have been an entrepreneur since I was a child. So everything that is sales, everything that is new businesses was something that I like a lot. So the tech industry for me was at the beginning, 7 years ago, like making websites, nothing complex. So I met with Javier Rojas, Eric Philippek, both founders of Savant Growth, the fund that also we belong to. And we had the idea to build this company, DevSavant, because we wanted to aggregate some good value besides money in the funding strategy. So we're going to be putting money and also we're going to be giving you the best cost-efficient services for you to grow in a very cost-efficient way. So that's the reason why this was created.
Amazing. So how does DevSavant differentiate itself in a crowded software development and IT services market?
So that's a good question. You have seen a lot of in the market of these kind of companies, IT, outsourcing, India, Latin America. But DevSavant is a boutique specialized firm that knows VCs and PE firms and knows how a company grow, not funded and funded. So we understand the challenges of a startup growing. So this is something that we have been like growing as a know-how for the past 7 years. And this is a big differentiator. Also, something really, really important is that DevSavant is a company that reinvests all the profits in the same company. And we aim to offer a very transparent way of pricing to our companies because we're looking to them to exit the companies. So DevSavant, you can see, is like a foundation that is aiming to have growth on those companies in the portfolio companies or non-portfolio companies.
So you specialize in providing elite software talent. How do you identify and retain top developers across the global markets?
So we have identified that the best or the easy part to find talent is identifying the technical side. If you're looking for a Python developer, for a C++ developer, or any kind of profile, being able to identify the technical part is easy. What we found that is really important is something that we call the growth mindset. Because not all the profiles are like able to be part of a startup. Maybe they can be part of a larger corporation, other kind of like industries. But being part of a startup is something that is really different. You have
Yeah.
to have a mindset when you see failure in a different way. You see failure as an opportunity. You see adaptability, flexibility as key competencies to be a key profile in these startups. So we find talent, identifying this growth mindset, and we have a full team of recruiters that mainly are psychologists, and they are like identifying these kind of competencies on these profiles that we're trying to find.
I find it fascinating that you're incorporating the growth mindset into the team that you're bringing in. I love that. I think it's definitely a way to stand out from other your competitors. So how is DevSavant leveraging AI to enhance software development and your client outcomes?
So of course, when like companies are asking to have AI profile, we also ask back, what are you looking to have? You're
Mm,
trying to incorporate AI into your core product. Are you trying to have your company evolve in the workflows of the company with AI?
mm,
Because it's a different path. And also maybe you are trying to find some complex profiles like machine learning developers, like deep learning developers, some like complex profile like data engineers focus on LLMs, or you're trying on to have integrations developers that try to integrate an LLM with your workflows. So we started with these kind of questions, identifying what is the best for the company. So we ask also as a trusted partner for them.
mm.
Sometimes they think they know what we're trying to find, but we with our experience like tell them, okay, if you're trying to have this objective, we can present this kind of group or developers. So it's like a consultancy back and forth of questions to find right what they're trying to find.
So I'm curious, what are some of the most exciting trends that you're seeing in the intersection of AI and custom software development, Daniel?
So all startups that are like being launched today, they can begin with a core product with AI, but companies that have a lot of tech debt, legacy systems, is a little bit difficult to integrate well these kind of new technologies.
Mhm.
So I think that the best way to start is with integrations. Look at what is you're trying to integrate to your systems. What is the best way to have like easy objectives to be met,
Mm,
and not to think like in the large objective to change the whole company and the product. So start small. Being agile is like a trend that is from now and also from the past.
mm. So what industries, just for my listeners who are hearing you right now and they're like, oh, I want to learn more, what industries or types of businesses see the greatest benefit from partnering with DevSavant?
So we only focus with companies that have like a core product in tech. We don't have any companies in the all industries that I can say,
Mm,
but all the customers of our customers are part of all the rest of the industries. So recently we launched a new service that is called Custom Solutions with professional services, a professional services team.
mm,
The key right now about AI and new technologies is not like the innovation because every week we're seeing innovation. Every week we see a new model of ChatGPT, of Cloud, of
right.
DeepSeek. What is really important is adoption. How you are making adoption easy for your company. So this professional services team in the custom solutions field is making sure that we integrate correctly these legacy systems, these old systems with the new technology. So we understand the business, we understand the managers, and we understand the technology, and we're the bridge between both.
Mm. I'd like to pivot a little bit to growth, if you don't mind, because it's business for a spotlight. Like to shine the light and share some things that you've gone through in the growth of the company. So can you share, like, Daniel, what have been some challenges that you've gone through as you've been growing the business, and how did you overcome them?
So maybe I can begin with the cultural side. We're very close to the States. Latin America has been the best partner in terms of nearshore sourcing for the United States, but still we have some difference in terms of culture and communication. In Latin America, people tend to be more, I can say, romantic in terms of the communication, less straightforward, and the Americans are more straightforward. Direct communication, saying what they like, what they don't like. So this could be a little bit rough sometimes from Latin American developers and profiles. So we are also like a diplomatic bridge between the States and Latin America, and make understand both how these differences are like really important to be tackled in a very smooth way. So the cultural part is something that we have been like building like a good knowledge of how to build that bridge between both.
Mm.
The second part was, I think that the pandemic was a big strike at the beginning. We had a big hit in our growth, but then was the best year of our story. The
Mm.
reason why is that people now think that everything is possible in the remote work. And the pandemic was that perfect like spot when remote work was born. So that was something that struck us very like terrible, I can say in that moment, but then was amazing. The third thing that I can say about growth is that you can't apply the same frameworks of big companies to startups.
Mm.
So you're trying to have like a plan for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, how you see yourself in 1 year. That's not possible in startups. So right now we only plan for each quarter because everything can happen. Of course, we wanted to grow each year. We wanted to have some like objectives in the terms of the financial side. But at the end, we have to pivot and iterate each quarter. We have some KPIs, we have some OKRs, but planning for 6 months, 1 year is something that is right now difficult, and also because of the economy and the politics.
Yeah. Yeah, that you brought up a lot of great points. And as far as like the cultural differences were key. But that's a great for those of you listening, even when it doesn't, even the cultural differences are big, like, right? You have to overcome those and understand the different how people like to be communicated with. But what I took away from that is understanding how people best receive communication. And that could be with personalities as well. If somebody's very analytical, they want the information. Like you can't give them fluff. If somebody is more like supportive, then you're going to want to give them provide information to them in a different way. So I that was I love that you shared that because I think there's so much that companies can learn in the enrollment process, sales process, and even messaging process of when you're talking to your ideal client with what you do and how you serve them. Can you share with us from, when it comes to targeting your ideal client, your customer, what has worked for you as far as like the marketing efforts? Like, how are you getting in front of them on a consistent basis? Is there something that you're doubling down on this year that has worked for you and you're like, okay, we're gonna spend more time in that area?
Yeah, that's a good question. So even that we are a remote company and that everything happens since the beginning in a remote way, face-to-face like meetings, events are really, really important. At the end, humans connect also with a lot of like physical ways to see each other in the same space is really, really important. So in this right now hectic offering of LinkedIn that you receive a lot of emails, messages of many companies offering the same, something really important also is referrals and recommendations. If you have someone that is connected with your potential client that recommends you, that's the whole like game right now. So face-to-face meetings, recommendations, referrals, and finally creating content. Creating content is really useful because as soon as you have a cold lead that is seeing that you have a good content in LinkedIn, a good content in your website or articles in newspapers, that's going to be having you like going from cold to warm. So I summarized that could be like a good strategy right now that is giving us a good growth.
Yeah, I agree. LinkedIn can be a little, it's changed, it's shifted. It used to be a lot easier to connect with people, and now that people are getting inundated with messages all the time. So how are you going to stand out from the crowd and providing valuable content consistently? And I think a lot of people worry about how many likes and how much engagement they're getting. But at the end of the day, if you're getting in front of your ideal client and they're seeing that value with that content that you're providing and it speaks to them, it's going to convert. Um, and so what you mentioned, newspaper articles are, so is media an important strategy for you as far as your growth?
Yeah, still, for example, I'm part of the Forbes Council membership. So I'm like writing articles every month about growth, about tech, about business.
Mm.
So this is, I think, is still really important. Digital media, working with good media is something that leverage a lot of your content.
Mm. And you're on this podcast, so I'm guessing podcast is a way for you to also expand your message.
That's right. Podcasts are really important. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Absolutely, our pleasure. So question for you, what is DevSavant's biggest goal this year? What are you looking forward to creating in 2025?
So yeah, I mentioned that we are part of the Savant Growth Fund. So after we work closely with the portfolio companies of the fund, we realized that we had a lot of value also for the market.
Hmm.
So we can also pull a lot of prospects for the fund, first working for DevSavant. So we started with 10 portfolio companies of Savant Growth. Right now we have 22 companies. So outside the portfolio we have 11.
Mm.
So we have a good right now start with with non-portfolio companies, sorry, that are looking through us the opportunity to have funding, but also having a cost-efficient solution because we provide the same kind of pricing for these non-portfolio companies. So right now we aim to have 10 more this year. We are participating in many events. Last 2 months we have been in Miami. Next month will be San Francisco. June will be the Tech Week in New York. So we're catching everything that we can.
Yeah. So if there was something that could hold you back from getting in front of those 10 companies, what would that be? Is
What
there
will
a
be?
challenge that would could keep you from happening?
Uh, I think that right now the big challenge is how everyone is offering the same through the same channels. So
Mm,
to go back to your question of how we're growing, so you have to build relationships. The way you can grow is that you have someone that have confidence in you and that can trust that the referral is going to be fulfilled in a very good way. So I think that the challenge right now is that, yeah, everyone is with AI offering a lot of things. So you have to be very selective to choose a company that is offering a good experience and also good quality in the services.
absolutely. So if we could bring you back in a year, Daniel, and well, before I get to that question, if there was one thing, if I could hand you a magic wand and there was one thing a problem that you can solve that's happening right now, what would that be and why?
I think that politics should not be messing with innovation and tech in the tech industry.
Mm.
I think that that could be sometimes a big blocker. Doesn't matter Republicans, Democrats. I think that innovation can't be stopped, and we have a lot of delays because sometimes politics block innovation. That
Mm.
will be my magic wand.
Magic wand. And what if we could bring, like I was asking you before, if we could bring you back in a year and revisit this conversation, what would success look like for you, Daniel, in the next 12 months?
I think that I realize that participating, as I mentioned before, in more events is something that I will be doing more in the past. Right now we're doing it and we have a lot of success. It's been amazing. So that will be the only thing that I change from the past. Being part of more events, more face-to-face, more dinners. That will be something that I will be doing Yeah.
So does that mean more, do the events bring you networking? Are you sponsoring? Are you speaking? What does that participation look like for you?
All of the above.
All of it, all of it. Okay, awesome. Perfect. Well, Daniel, for those of us that those of our audience who are wanting to connect with you and learn more, how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, and LinkedIn is Daniel PPRR, and our website is devsavant.com.
Perfect. So definitely go connect with Daniel. We will have his all of his links inside of our show notes. You definitely want to meet him. Super great guy. And you can learn more about Savant, DevSavant at devsavant.com. And again, all of those and that information is inside of the show notes as well. Daniel, is there anything that you'd like to share before we wrap that I didn't get to ask you or we didn't touch on?
No, please contact me. I'll be open always for a conversation. If there is not like a business opportunity, always happy to share anything that I can share.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. For those of you, if you're watching Daniel and I right now on YouTube and you're loving what he's sharing, it's resonating with you, and you know somebody that could use support from DevSavant and Daniel, please share this with those people, and also hit the subscribe button, because we are working hard to bring you incredible experts to share their expertise, what's been working for them, what hasn't been working for them, so you can grow your business. We'd love to make sure that you're notified when we are dropping more episodes. If you're listening to us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, any of your favorite iHeartRadio, any of your favorite podcast platforms out there, and you can hit that review button and those 5 stars, please hit 5 stars. This allows us to reach more people, share Daniel and our special guests with more people to help more people and businesses succeed in the world. As Daniel was sharing, like, we're all here to grow together. We want more businesses succeeding, and we need your support in making that happen. Again, reach out to devsavant.com. I shared with you earlier at the beginning that we have a special gift for you. So if you're looking to grow your visibility, if you're throwing things against the wall, you want to be in more events like Daniel sharing has been working for him. You want to be on more podcasts. You want to be growing your engagement on your social media, but you're kind of feeling like you're throwing spaghetti at the wall. Then go ahead and download our Spotlight to Scale blueprint. You can grab it for free at spotlighttoscale.com/blueprint. It's yours. Go grab it. And one more time, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for being here. Make sure you connect with Daniel. Super great guy. And I appreciate your time. This has been amazing.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you for listening to Daniel and I. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Business Growth Spotlights.